Shalom, shalom, Israel. Yeshua, with the Hebrew Israelite, okay, coming out week in and week out to bring that beautiful gospel and to turn down Babylon. All right. But before that, we will turn to the east and we give our praises. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Wahab, Rakam, Magash. Okay. Double honors to the elders, okay, of Great Millstone and the elders, you know, all across the globe, all right, who teach and rule well. Okay, peace and salutation to the brothers who are pushing this truth, okay, in the four corners of this earth. Shalom, Wahab, to the brothers and the few sisters who are keeping it 100, like we say, okay, in truth and sincerity. All right, who are awaiting the return of Yahushai and Mashiach. All right. Okay, so today we're back again, you know, by the grace of Yahweh, and we'll be talking about Salakia Israel. I just want to check something. We'll be talking about the strongholds. Okay, we'll be talking about the stronghold, man. All right, stronghold are a very important part of the struggle. Okay, a lot of the time, the reason why, you know, we don't get the full understanding of this truth, and you know, this truth is not able, okay, to really, okay, be manifested, okay, or fail to be manifested in our life, is because of what you call stronghold. Okay, so we're gonna go into that. All right. So the title will be the breaking down of stronghold with this precious truth, man. But the Most High give us, okay, a precious stone. This truth is unto us like a bunch, okay, of precious stone that allow us, okay, to really vibrate on the next level, man. You know, because you see people around us, you know, like Jake's Hebrew Israelites, and they don't know where they're going. Okay, the leaders are blind, so obviously they're going straight, you know, into a ditch. But us, through the grace of the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, we were given, okay, wisdom. But it's how we use the wisdom, because, you know, you can have wisdom and not have understanding. Okay? Or you can have wisdom and understanding in theory, but in practice, there's nothing to show. Because your everyday life doesn't reflect, okay, the manifestation of this truth. Alright? Because truth is like water. If you put water in the plant, hey, it's gonna come off, it's gonna come forth, you know, fruitful. Okay? So Malak, go to 2 Corinthians 10:45, man. Let's read a classic precept regarding, you know, regarding the strongholds. Bring it out.
2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right, for the weapon of our warfare, okay, are not carnal. Alright? So that tells you about the characteristic of this truth, about the character of this truth, man, about a manner or the spirit of this truth. It's being spiritual, okay? But the problem is that we're in this kingdom, and this kingdom is very carnal, and the one who ruled this kingdom is a carnal man. It wasn't given to him spirituality, okay? It was given to him carnality, man. Carry on.
But mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
Right, mighty to the pulling down of strong. Read it again, Malak.
2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right, for the weapon of our warfare are not carnal,
but mighty through God, through Yahweh.
Through the might, so our weapon are mighty through Yahweh.
To the pulling down of strongholds.
Right, to the pulling down of stronghold. So, you know, a man of the Lord will be the one that is, you know, able to pull down the stronghold, man. Okay, so what are the stronghold? The stronghold are the way of this system. Like I said, the carnality, okay? The very mentality that we have, the culture that we have. You know, the British have their own culture. British Jake have their own culture. American Jake have their own culture. You know, French Jake have their own culture. West Coast of Africa Jake have their own culture. Okay? Caribbean Jake have their own culture. Okay? Islands Jake have their own culture, man. And those culture constitute, okay, strongholds that don't allow them, okay, for the most part, to grow, okay, to grow. And that's what we want to break. So, okay, go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 4. Chapter 1 and verse 4. All right.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4. For into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter.
For into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter, man. See, this truth is like the mafia. Why do I say that? Because mafia is regulated by a set of rules and laws, man. And you have to abide by those laws, because if you don't abide by those laws, there are consequences to it. Okay? It's the same thing as the truth. There are laws in truth. If you don't abide by this truth, there are consequences to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, one of the rules is to avoid being malicious. Okay? Avoid being malicious, man. Because this country, I take UK for example. This is where Amalek resides. And Amalek is the chief of all Edomite, meaning he's the chief serpent, man. The chief dragon. Now, Amalek, if you look at the UK, the British, Edomite, the way the function is, like if you take the French, they will tell you they don't like you. If you take the Italian, they will tell you they don't like you. If you take the German, they will show you. But with the British, it's a whole nother level of slickness, man, which is the serpent. Because like the brother Lakama was showing me an analogy that I'm going to use. Look, the serpent, when he want to get you, what does he do? He wrap around you. He wrap himself around you, and then he squeeze it. He make you weak. Then he swallow you up. He doesn't come like that. He will put you to sleep before he swallows you or swallow you up. In this country, that's how they move. When you go to institution, hey, how you doing? You good? But behind you, they're doing all the workings to put you down. Smiling in your face, but behind you, they don't want you to grow. They might tell you, oh, we're going to do this for you, but whenever in that meeting, it's a whole different decision they take for you. You don't even know what you're like, what's going on? The witchcraft that they operate is very strong. So if you are born in this country as a Jake, or you grew up in this country as a Jake, or you lived for a long time in this country as a Jake, best believe that you have that malice in you, man. So as a result, there's a lot of brothers that is in the truth, but they don't manifest that wisdom. The wisdom don't shine through them in the way they move in their lives. Why? Because it's in theory. But in practice, it's a whole another story. Do you see what I'm saying? Why? Because they don't know how to get rid of the malicious. So now quickly go to I believe it's Proverbs 4 and 18. Let's check. What does Proverbs? I'm just reading it. It just came up in my mind. I hope it's the right one. What does it say? Just now I'll find it. Right. Read that. This is how you get rid of malice, man. Because malice is the biggest stronghold within Jake. Jake is very slick, man. You know how to go. I don't have to break it down. Okay? So this is how, when they come in this truth, this is how you break malice. You gotta be willing to break it. But there's a method to it, which is through the law, relation of the law. Carry everything out.
Proverbs 4 and 18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. Right.
So read it again. The path of the just. So you come in this truth, you're made a righteous man. You're made a just. A path is laid out like a red carpet to you. Alright? But then when you start, there's darkness. Why? Because your mentality and your spirit is that darkness because you come from darkness. Alright? But now when you start, as you start walking, meaning when you start applying this truth sincerely, okay? No fucking watching. They got brothers that know the truth, but they don't want to come out and do it. Let me tell you something. There's certain wisdom and certain understanding and certain deliverance, okay? And certain baptism that will take place in you being a camp. See, when you come with brothers, there's an energy that is released. If he takes someone that stay at home and say that he's in the truth, and he takes someone, a young guy that's in the truth, meaning like he goes to camp, he has a body that he staying around, you will see that his growth, if he's serious about it, his growth will be quicker than the one that's sitting down on his couch watching videos every Shabbat, and that's it. Why? Because you learn to be a man around people. You will encounter certain spirit. You will learn from them. You know what I'm saying? When there's issue, they will apply certain rules that will make you a man. Okay? So that path, one of it is to join a sincere camp. I'm not saying join any camp, but join a sincere camp, because when you want to go to war, what do? You have to enroll to the military. And they train you properly. That's why when the rebel goes against a very organized army, they have no chance. Why? Because the army is properly trained. So when you come in this truth, you have to be like a militant guy, man. And then as you go into it, the more you go, you will see your Hello. Right, so read it. Yeah, man, like, and you break it down as well.
Proverbs 4:18. For the path of the just is as the shining light.
Right.
That shineth more and more until the perfect day.
Right. So we spoke about that. The more you get into this truth and you're serious, the more I will open the door for you. It's not because Yahweh cannot deliver you. He can deliver from a lot of things, but because he has to see your heart first. Okay? Bring your precept out and break it down. If I can add something to it, I will.
This is Ecclesiastes 4:9.
About.
Two are better than one,
right?
Because they have good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
Right.
But woe to him that is alone when he falleth.
Right.
For he have none other to help him up.
Right.
Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Right.
So that just goes back to what the brother was talking about. You know, that's a perfect precept.
Right.
You know,
right.
Two's better than one, three's better than one, four's better than one. So, yeah, there's strength in the numbers.
There's strength in numbers, man.
That's the saying.
There's an energy that comes when you with brothers, sincere brothers. You know? But the brother that you're with, you know, they need to be willing to, you gotta be willing to grow. You can't be stuck in sin and you got like a conglomerate of people that are happy to be, you know, when someone say, yeah, we can have sex with someone else, but you're like, yeah, we can, and then you don't challenge them or whatever. That's not it. We're talking about a brother that are serious. You join them, you will see changes, man. Alright? So the malice, man, the most I cannot give you wisdom. That's why you got a lot, as a result, we see a lot of these camps, you know, not to be judging, I'm just saying facts. You know, a lot of these camps are switching up the doctrine, are coming up with new things that are not biblical, you know, are doing what they want. Basically, why? Because they took the way of malice. And the Bible says what? Because you took the way of malice, I cannot now put in you my wisdom. I cannot impart in you my wisdom. I cannot give you my wisdom, man. You know? Okay? Alright, so I say, the fortress of the mind, okay, the case of the so-called black woman in society, man. Let's talk about it. That's our sisters as well, because you gotta understand, for us to grow, it would take as well our sisters, man. Because for you to come on earth, you needed your mom. For me to come to the earth, I needed my mom. For a society, for a nation to be built, we need a woman. And that's what Esau did. Esau attacked who first? Eve. When Esau got hit with jealousy, he couldn't take it anymore. What did he do? He didn't go straight to Adam. He went straight to Eve, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's the same thing that's happening in that society today. The way I heard things that this week was powerful, because I heard things from these women. They have these podcasts, They have these podcasts, right? Where these Eves, yeah, these Eve, I would say this Eve, I'll codify it. These Eves, they were happy, they were saying how if it makes them feel good when they see, okay, the face. Esau roll up on Jake, okay, to arrest them. She see he give him some excitement. It's very seductive to see Esau taking down the black man. That's Eve saying that. And then you got the other one saying that I love going to the police on my man because I can see the change in him. I can see how he come from boastful, proud to like a sissy. And there's one that said that she loved to go out with it and uneducated ones. So she can manipulate them more because she's educated. So you got malice. And what do you see in that society? A lot of these women are the one raising up who? The boys. So you will see the malice in who? Where does it come from, that malice? From the woman. So the women need to be educated more in this society. How women are the reason why, I'm not blaming them, but obviously the reason why they're like that because of us. Because since we turn our back to the Most High say, oh, because think about it, the hierarchy, yeah? Yahweh is the head of the black man, right? So you went against your God, you went against your power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Turn your back, you went to idol. So he said, okay, since you're the head of the woman, I'll make the woman turn her back as well.
Bro,
so we understand that.
Do you know which bus I take from Crystal Palace?
450, right 450, there.
From here?
Yes.
You know how long, maybe?
I don't know, man. But it's very regular, anyway.
Sure.
Okay? So these women, have to be, accounted for. And these women has to learn, have to be humble. Especially the one of you that's in the truth, man. You gotta learn this truth, you gotta be humble, man. Because guess what? If you don't do it, the Most High gonna clean up house. Hey, the reason why the teaching are coming is because of the fact that the Most High is getting ready to clean up house, man. The Most High, alright, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is getting ready to clean up house, man. When you read 1 Peter 4 and 17, it tells you about it. He said that judgment should come first visit first the house, man, of Israel, man. Okay? Death will be back in fashion very soon. So we gotta be careful. We gotta take this truth seriously, man. Because how the Most High says, well, I believe in Psalm 37 or 38, he said that he loved judgment because Yahweh is a judge. So Yahweh's gonna bring judgment sooner or later, man. So we have to take heed. Because this is what we got. This is the code. You know when you watch your movies and then you see they're looking for the code and then finally find the code after so much suffering. That's it, man. I mean, I'm showing my mobile phone, but I'm talking about the Bible, basically. Understanding, not just the Bible, not just the book. Because you got priests and pastors that have the book, but they don't even know what to do with it. I'm talking about the understanding of that book and the manifestation of the understanding. Okay?
This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins.
Right. Bring it out.
Yeah, man. You women need to rise up. You're too much at ease. This society has conditioned you to be too much at ease. You get what I mean? Because great calamities haven't come yet, so you're still at ease. You're putting on your little weave, you're putting on your little eyelashes, putting on your little makeup. You're at ease right now. You get what I mean? Even the brother Kevin Samuels died earlier on this week. There was a lot of women rejoicing. There was a hell of a lot of women rejoicing.
There was a lot of them. There's even one that say, oh yeah, you can't touch the daughter of Zion. You're not a daughter of Zion. You're not a daughter of Zion. A daughter of Zion is the one that's in the truth, man. All you need is woman. You ain't to know. You ain't the truth. So how can you be a daughter of Zion? You think that because you're a Hebrew Israelite, you're a daughter of Zion? No. You're gonna perish in this captivity if you don't change your ways. More than likely you won't. Because every time alpha male come try to change things around, you're not happy with it. Some of these black women, they're like the right hand man, the right hand, a weapon of Esau, man. Okay? And I bet you that he got something happened to me. They sent the woman, because apparently he was with us.
Yeah.
She probably slipped something, you know, in his, you know what I'm saying? You never know. Or she probably giving some sort of Viagra or something like that. That should put his, you know, his high blood pressure off the roof, heart failure. And that's what happened when the high blood pressure get to like 180 and something like that. That's a wrap, man. You get what I'm saying? Okay? So you women, you are ease, man. You lot got a lot of way to make money, so you lot think that. And that's one of the stronghold as well, the stronghold as well. And in fact, it's a big stronghold in Israel. How women not understanding this truth, man. How women rebelling against this truth. It's the biggest stronghold, man. But guess what? The most are going to get rid of you. That's what the Bible just read. Now go to 30 to the same chapter and go to start at 2. Because you're going to have to respect the black, the Israel. I'm not even going to say the black people, because we know black like that. You're going to have to respect the Israelite man. Because the Most are going to show you that very soon. And the reason why the Most I got rid of people like Kevin Samuel, it's like that, man. The reason why the Most I got rid of Kevin Samuel, right, is because he was the alpha, so-called, he was like the trainer, you know, for the new school of alpha male, right? Because a lot of men was watching and fighting for him, right? But you gotta, you will understand that. Very soon you will understand that. These are the alpha male, man. We are the alpha male. Because we bring in the right vibration. And the most the Bible says he set up the apostle last. Meaning right now it's gonna be only us. It's gonna be us, man. So everyone that's playing the leader in Israel that is not in perfect harmony with Yahweh, take them out of the way. And let me tell you, there will be many deaths as far as like the black celebrity, so-called black celebrity.
We saw that all throughout 2021.
Right.
A lot of rappers in the hip hop industry was getting put to death. Had King Von, Young Dolph, so on and so forth.
Man, so many of them, man. And that's just the beginning, man. You know, because right now, the strong tower, the gatekeepers haven't been touched like that. The gatekeeper of the black community, they haven't been touched like that. But when they start getting touched, that's when they're going to understand that something is happening, man. But already, when you read the comment, they tell you, oh, something spooky is taking place. Yeah, it's not spooky, it's Yahweh. It's the workings of Yahweh. But because you don't understand what's going on, that's why you're oblivious, you're ignorant to that fact, man. But it's going to take place very soon. You're going to see it, man. Okay? Read that verse 2.
Isaiah 32 and 2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind.
Right, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, because the wind is coming, man. And what man is talking about? He's talking about the elect men. Okay, because when you read Isaiah 13, it tells you, 13 and 12, it tells you about the men of the Lord being like gold, man. You know, or fire. Okay, with the highest grade of gold, I believe. Okay? So carry on.
And a covert from the tempest.
And a covert from the tempest.
As rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Right. Okay, in a weary land. So these men will need the men of the Lord, because just as the men, all of these strong men are dying, like Kevin represent that's symbolic, you know, trying to be alpha male and saying all high value men and that. That's just the beginning of, because a lot of them will be dropping dead, like Isaiah 20, Isaiah 3 and 25, 24, 25 tell us. 26 as well tell us, man. So what's going to happen is they're going to have to come to us, man. So you prideful, you know, women that's in the truth, that don't want to understand, and, you know, pocket watching and thinking, you know, oh, I can leave my man, or I can do whatever I want. You know, I can go back to the church and I can do. There's even one that said she can be a prophetess. She got a YouTube channel preaching. You're setting yourself up to destruction, man, or for destruction. That's not wise. Why can't you be humble? The Most High showed you the truth. You know the truth, so why not you want to be sleek? But that's that malice spirit. Wisdom will not enter the soul of the malice man, or the malicious. So there will be a lot of death, previous death, because our people are very stubborn and are childish in the way they process the thought, in the way they process reality, man. They don't understand things until the manifestation of destruction is here, and then, you know, they're going to be calling for help. But let me tell you something. All you women that are giving us hell, you know, in that day, the Most High will give us a very high, you know, sense of discernment. We'll be able to look at you and know if you're faking or if you're real. And then we're going to be able to choose. So in that day, you won't be able to fake your humility and trying to get through the gate. No, we'll see that and we'll tell you, you know what, stay away, man. We don't want you here. Because the Bible says that the Most High resists the prideful, man. So why should we take you on? Obviously, there's mercy that's supposed to be applied, but why should we take a prideful? You weren't keeping it. You know, you were keeping an energy of rebellious woman, okay, in that right now. And now that the Most High gave us power, and then you want to come and play the game. No, it's not going to happen like that, man. Trust me. We're not stupid out here, man. We're going to see through you. You're going to stay right behind the gate, man. You ain't coming in, man. You know. So I admonish, okay, sisters, okay, to really take this thing seriously. The Most High blessed you enough to be in the truth. Let me tell you something. You got more than precious stone, man. You're blessed. So act like it, man. Okay? Act like it before it's too late. Like I say, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 26. Same stronghold. Applying the stronghold in our lives, man. Knowing how to move in this truth, which is not always straightforward. But hey, you have to do it.
This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases Yahweh shall escape from her, for the sinner shall be taken by her.
Alright, so read that again. Read that again.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases Yahweh shall escape from her.
Right.
For the sinner shall be taken by her.
Okay. So all these wicked women, man, the Most High ain't never gonna put you around us, man. You know, the Most High ain't never put you around us, man. And I tell people, brothers, be careful with these women. You got women that are sincere, but obviously, you know, the life that they're living, that you know, very hard-headed and things like that. You know, so sometimes you just applying wisdom and being balanced. You know, and sometimes you have to be patient as well with some of the women, because it hasn't been easy for them, man. Those bad ways are cemented in them, so it's not gonna come out like that. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna apply mercy, and also I'd like to say, you know, the Most High will give you. How can I say that? The Most High will give you a lot of. We'll expect from you a lot of mercies from these. As far as the women, when they come in the truth, you know, because the harlots won't be saved as well. A lot of brothers like to say, "Oh, Malak, stay here, yeah." A lot of brothers would like to say, you know, they like to say, "Oh, you know, I'm not gonna take any harlots. You know, I'm not gonna take it. I want a pure woman." But let me tell you something. When you were in the world, right? Weren't you wicked? You were wicked, right? You were very wicked, but the Most High had mercy on you. Can you jump to a precept? Bring a precept quickly and then we're going to carry on. Bro, you need to understand this truth, man. Don't be over-righteous, bro. It's very important. And this can be a stronghold as well. Because we're talking about stronghold today, okay? Bring it out.
Matthew 21 and 31. Whether of them twain did the will of his father? They say unto him, the first. Yahushua saith unto them, verily I say unto you, the publicans and the harlots go into the kingdom of Yahweh before you.
That's right. You see, that's black and white, man. Okay, you see? Because you trying to be so right. Oh no, I'm not taking these women. I want the virgin. Listen. Now that you read that, go to Jeremiah 3. But this is, don't forget that the Most High, you were a harlot as well. Never forget that. There was a point of time when you were a harlot. Okay? Carry on, Malak. Bring it. Jeremiah 3 and then 1.
Jeremiah 3 and 1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
Right, shall not that land be greatly polluted? And if a woman is with you, your wife, if she go out, something happen and then she get with another man, okay, what's gonna happen? That she polluted, man. Will you take her back? If you know that your woman went out to change, she come back, will you take her back? I don't think so. But the Most High took you back. Say, read it, carry on. He took you back when you read it.
But thou hast played the harlot.
But thou hast played the harlot where?
With many lovers.
With many lovers, man.
Yet return again to me.
But yet return again to me.
Saith Yahweh.
Saith Yahweh. So he took you back. You were a harlot. You went into all sorts of philosophies. You were a nigger, okay, a nigger in the word. Then you came in the truth, and then you talking about, oh, you know, I don't want these women to come. No. The reason why. Okay, now go to Isaiah 4. Go to Isaiah 4. You know, and I believe 14. You know, there's a reason why the Most High made these women like that. It's because of you, the head. Because you are the head of the woman as an Hebrew Israelite man. Okay? What does he say? Yeah? Read it from the top.
Isaiah 4 and 13. They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountain.
Right, they sacrifice upon the top of the mountain.
And burn incense upon the hills.
And burn incense, yeah.
On the oaks and poplars and elms.
Right.
Because the shadow thereof is good.
Right.
Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery.
Right, so, you see? So because you went out and being a nigger, now the Most High make your woman an adulterer. Okay, and carry on, that's what verse 14 says.
I will not punish your daughters.
I will not punish your daughters
when they commit whoredom.
When they commit whoredom.
Nor your spouses when they commit adultery.
Nor your spouses when they commit adultery, man.
For themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots.
Okay, because you yourself were sacrificing to your harlot. So now you're in the truth now. The Most High gave you the mercy, and you're trying to pluck a woman that's sincere, but yet she's a harlot. Yeah, she's a harlot because that's the way, because of you. If you in your right place, you wouldn't be in a situation like that. You get what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So let's carry on, man. Now that we expressed that, let's carry on. Let's go back to we explained that. Let's carry on. Sirach 25 and 19. Okay. These women are wicked, man. So we have to be, you know, these women in this truth, or outside of this truth, man. You know, this is what the Most High said. It's a well-known verse, but we're gonna read it. It's about repetition.
Ecclesiasticus 25 and 19.
Right.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
Right. All wickedness are but little to the wickedness of the woman.
And let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Right. So these women, man, hey, that's the way it is. They're going to be wicked in the truth or outside the truth. But we have to be focused, man. You can't let a woman be, you know, your stumbling block. You can't let a woman be your stronghold, man. Okay? You can't let a woman distract you from this truth, man. But the Bible says, you know, be as though you haven't got none, man. Even if you have a woman, be as though you haven't got none. This truth needs to be your priority, man. Okay? And that's part of breaking the stronghold. Alright? So I say the slavery mentality that us, okay, that like still within us, okay, who's still thriving through the laboring to pay bills, you know, to survive, man. Okay? There is a slavery, there is a mentality that comes with that, and I'm victim of that as well. You know? I'm a victim, and also I'm guilty of that. Trying to work hard. Some people work hard to the point where they can't even give, you know, time to the truth. But why is your priority in this? That's a stronghold, man. Everything that you're trying to gain, you're gonna lose it because you're not being wise. You wanna put the word, there is the Most High give you the truth, and you wanna play with it. Hey, you must not know that the Most High is the king of the. Hey, the Bible says the Most High is the king of terror, man. The Most High can put an end to your dream quickly. So when you're giving this truth, make sure you take it seriously, man. Don't wait until it happens and say, oh yeah, the Most High. Because see, Jake don't believe in the Most High, man. Jake have it too easy in his kingdom. So he doesn't believe in it. He can be the truth, but he's slacking. You know? When it comes to make money, Jake will be on time. When it comes to go to work, to make his money, or join friend or group, or go, let a Jake get a girl. Let a girl call a Jake, man. Let a girl with a fat ass call Jake about come at 3 o'clock. And let me see if Jake ain't gonna be on time. Jake gonna be sitting somewhere in the McDonald's at 2:45, eating McDonald's, waiting for this shit. And when it comes to this truth now, Jake gonna be late. Do you get what I'm saying? And that comes from it's a mentality, but it's a stronghold, but we can break it. We can break it with this truth. The Most High gave us an opportunity to break it, man. Okay? Alright, so let's go to Jeremiah 2:14, man. It's that slavery mentality. We need to be like rulers. We are rulers, man. Just because you don't have the money or you don't have the crown on your head doesn't mean that you're not a king. A king is educated to be a king. A king is molded to be a king. You don't become a king. I mean, you're not born a king. Although through blood, yes, you're born a king, but you become a king in essence because you learn to be a king. You can be given something, but if you don't know how to manage it, you're gonna lose it. But you have to learn, and this truth provide that. This truth allow us to be kings, man. But this is what Jeremiah himself, he didn't understand Jake at that time, man. Nothing new under the sun. We live in the same situation because you have to understand Jake been in slavery forever since. You know, in all the empires, we've been slaves, man. So this is what Prophet Jeremiah had to say.
Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant?
Is Israel a servant?
Is he a homeborn slave?
Is he a homeborn slave?
Why is he spoiled?
Why is he spoiled, man? Are you a homeborn slave? Why are you acting like a nigga? And you're in this truth. Why are you acting like Jake? Why are you acting like someone that hasn't got the truth? The Most High bless you with understanding, knowledge, wisdom. Use it to your advantage, man. And let people see the difference between you know, and your cousin or your brother that you grew up with, or your friend that you used to hang around with, man. They look at you like, yo, this guy is different. Okay? Let people say that about you. You can't be in the truth and you act, you still, you know, that mentality, that Negro mentality, man. Okay? Go to Haggai 1:6. For people that want to work hard and get all the benefits of this society, man. You will never go and make it in this society. For you to make it, look at Kevin Daniel, what's his name again? Kevin Samuel. The guy that used to, you don't know Kevin Samuel?
How do you not know?
Maybe by face, but not by name.
See the guy that used to put women in their place. Yeah? I'll show you after.
What did he die? What did that? Suicide.
Huh?
That?
This is 56, 57.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? There is someone like that with all we was saying, you know, he has celebrity status and that, but they found him unresponsible. It's always, I mean, it's always Jake. I never seen, you know, all these Edomite dying like that, you know. They make the money after, even if you don't hear about it, they're living their life, man. But Jake end up always dying. Why? Because of the curse, man. Okay, because of the curse. So before you try to be like them, let's read this one, man. Haggai 1:6.
Haggai 1:6. You have sold much and bringing little.
Right, you have sold much and bringing little.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
Right, so Kevin Samuel, though, you know, he made all that money, he dead now. Okay? He dead now, man. Okay? Carry on.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Right. So wherever we try to find, we're never satisfied in this. That's why, you know, that they always smoke weed, they always crack on drugs, you know, always an alcoholic, you or running around like zombies because they don't want to go to the power, therefore the void is there. Let me tell you, those substances ain't gonna fill the void, man. Okay? Those women ain't gonna fill the void. That money ain't gonna fill the void, man. Only Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Only this truth will fill the void. But the reason why brothers don't see this truth as being valuable because of carnality. Because they cannot satisfy them for 5 minutes. But like, I'd rather have satisfaction for eternity. Don't tell me about no 5 minutes. Carry on, mama.
He clothe you, but there is none warm.
Right.
And he that earneth wages to put it into bags with holes.
Huh, that's deep, in it. You know? That's deep. Okay? That's deep.
Alright, so all the money's never gonna be enough.
All this money that you make ain't never gonna go get you nowhere, man. It's money. That's not what you need. It's perishable. Focus on this truth, man. Learn to be spiritual and focus on this truth. Break that stronghold, that carnal stronghold about I want to make it now. Yes, you can make it. Yes, you can have whatever you want. But you see, this thing ain't never going to give you satisfaction that the truth will give you. Okay? And learn to balance things out. Nobody say you should be broke, but balance it out, man. And let me tell you something. When you put the truth before everything, that's when sometimes the blessing comes. But when you put and work and money before the truth, that's when you got also stress, man. This truth is supposed to be your priority, man. Dealing with the stronghold in Babylon, man. That's the reason why a brother can have the knowledge, but he's not able to apply that knowledge because right in the middle of wisdom and knowledge and understanding is found stronghold. It's mental, it's spiritual, the way you view things. Sometimes you bring your old views, old-fashioned views, the view that you had in the word, and you want to apply it to this truth. And you want to apply it to the truth. It doesn't make sense, but you can't change it. You got to change it, man, because you won't see no growth if you don't change that mentality, if you don't break. And let me tell you something. Stronghold means it's cemented. This is hard body, strong. Not something you're going to break in one day. But consistency will make you break that stronghold. Being serious. Okay? Being serious, man. Very important.
Psalm 37 and 4. Delight thyself also in Yahweh, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto Yahweh, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. So you put Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai first.
Right.
All the desires that you want, most I'll give it to you, no problem. There ain't nothing for the Most High to give you all your desires. But if he sees that you're putting him first, that's when he'll give it to you.
Right? That's it, man. You don't put him first, and then you wonder why things are not, you can't grow. You got brothers that's the truth, but they don't grow. You gotta grow, man. Now, when someone comes in the truth in the beginning, it's not easy. But you gotta show them discipline. You know? You gotta show them discipline. And they will learn, as they go, they will learn. You gotta show them patience. It's a balance to things. Because you being impatient can add up to more, can add up to the stronghold that the brother already has. So when you balance things out, it always works out, man. Okay, so I say, the stronghold of working for nothing, putting money over this truth, okay, and for pocket watches as well, man. There is the most I give you the truth, but you're playing with it, you're sitting in your couch, you don't want to do the work. Do the work, come and do the work, man. People that don't come, people that always come and go against the camps and say, oh, camps is a bad thing and that. Listen, that's a stronghold. That's a stumbling block. That's the reason why you haven't been where you're supposed to be in the spirit. Because you're playing with it. You know the truth for years, but you don't want to come and do the work. That's a stronghold. Okay? So it is important to break your stronghold. Let's go to 1 Samuel, 16 and 14. You gotta break your stronghold, because at some point, if you don't break your stronghold, something will happen, man. You're gonna wake up in the morning, you don't wanna come in the truth anymore. You don't wanna do the work, it's too hard for you. You gotta go and hang out with brothers. Your friend, your worldly friend, you rather, do a job. But let me tell you something. Most I will give you some time, and you come right back. But then that time it will be hard for you to get in the truth, though, because you might be bogged down. You might be in and out of hospital, in and out of. I'm telling you, that's what I'm scared. Look, never say never, but I don't see myself living this truth, man. I don't see myself living this truth. This is like it's like a young guy that learned to walk, and then his daddy is over there at home, and he sneak out and then live like in a place where there's ferocious animal and that. He walk out, venture his own in the wilderness, man. He can get in. Living the truth, that's good. When you live the truth, the edges come off you. So there is an energy that comes on you when you're in this truth. It's a protection. You might not see it, but it is there. Okay? And once you leave it and that edges is off, then you're going to see the difference. But you don't, let's say, that you don't know what you got till it's gone. You know that song, Janet Jackson. Where have you been, Malak? Oh yeah, it's old school, isn't it? Yeah, you don't even know that song. Right? You don't know what you got till it's gone. So when you have the truth and you're blessed, you don't know that you're blessed until when you live this truth and hell is unleashed in your life. That's when you say, wow, so I was blessed. A lot of Jakes, they measure blessing with material gains. You don't know, as we speak right now, you don't know what the enemy is planning against us. You don't know what angel are making sure it's not happening. As you get on the bus, as you go home, as you sleep, you don't know what the enemy has planned for you. But because you don't see the angel taking away snares, saying to yourself, no, go left. If you went rather, you would have found trouble. You have to learn to count our blessing is this truth, man. Blessing is not necessarily material gains, man. It's more than that. It's deeper than that, man. Okay? Now read it, Malak.
1 Samuel 16 and 14. But the spirit of Yahweh departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him.
Read it again, Malak.
1 Samuel 16 and 14. For the spirit of Yahweh departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from Yahweh troubled him.
Right. So when the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahara Hakodash leaves you, a demonic spirit takes precedence in your life. Okay? Roughly paraphrasing, the Bible says, and when after deliverance, when the spirit goes and wander in the dry places and come back and see that the house is not occupied, what does he do? He goes back and calls 7 of his guys, and then come and enter the house, and the condition of that person is worse than the one before. So when you live this truth, you're gonna catch a certain hell that will make you worse than you are before. You'll be worse off if you live this truth. So don't let your stronghold overpower you, man. And even worse, we can be in the truth, meaning like you wear friendlies, you go and preach and that, but you're dead spiritually. Because you let a certain spirit, a certain sin overpower you to the point where, you're just like, you know what, this is what it is. But you don't produce fruit in the spiritual realm. We don't see that. Like I say, we don't know what people do after the camera. You don't know what I do. I don't know what you do. I'm not with you 24/7. So that's why it's important to take this too seriously and be sincere and truthful, man. But the angel sees us. And it's okay to struggle with certain things, but it's also imperative to really fight for you to overcome this sin. Because in the end, it's gonna pay off. This truth is like it's like sport, man. You gotta have aim. Oh, you know, by the end of 2022, I'm gonna be able to get rid of that particular sin.
Plus, you got to keep yourself fit, right?
Yeah, I want you to go into that.
You got to keep yourself fit, because, for example, if you're an athlete and you're not keeping yourself fit, your cardiovascular fitness is going to decrease.
Right.
And then you can compare that to the spirit. If you're not reading the word every day, or you're just not doing certain things that keep you in the spirit's eventually going to the spirit's eventually going to depart with the same vibration.
It's the same vibration. It's the same thing. Like the brother said, if you don't really, work on your spirituality on a daily basis, after a while you're gonna lose interest, man. Because the world, the happenings, like things happenings, man. Huh? The happenings of the world. You wake up in the morning, you gotta go work. Wake up in the morning, you gotta go do this, you gotta go do that. And you let that beat you. Before you know, you don't read your Bible anymore. You don't pray anymore. You don't fast. Some people never fast, is in the truth. People only fast twice, is in the truth. They've been in the truth in 2 years now, and they only fast on the the day of the tournament. But they don't try and fast sometime. You don't have to fast every time, but you have to pray where you fast, man. Come on, how can you be in this society and you don't fast? Come on, man. Learn to fast. You got demon of non-fasting now. That they don't allow you to fast. Okay? So I say, the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash, departing from people, departs from people who refuse to release the demons. Okay? And I say all these camps which became reprobate had stronghold issues that hasn't been resolved. So they had issue and they play with it. And then what happened at the spirit side to give them, other doctrine that had nothing to do with the truth. So I'm wearing hats. Yeah. That's the sign that the spirit has left. When you wear hats while you're preaching, when the Bible says you shouldn't cover your head, because your head is what? Yahushua. If you cover your head, you're dishonoring your head by covering it. A woman should cover her head because the man is a head. If she doesn't cover her head, she disrespects her head. Why would you question that? To me, it makes sense. Because everything sometimes is done, it's just like, it's done with symbolism. Like when they put the oil on you. The oil is not necessarily the anointing, but it's a symbol of the anointing. So we gotta understand this thing, man. But you got brothers wearing hat now. Like snapback. Come on, man. When I look at you, I'm supposed to see like the ancient ways on you. I'm not supposed to see I look at this like, yo, this guy trying to be worldly. There is, you got the truth and you moonwalk. You know how you moonwalk like that moonwalk. I used to be good at moonwalking, but I can't do it anymore. Probably that moonwalking in this truth, they're going backwards. The Most I say, go and seek the ancient path. But you, instead of doing that, you know that you have the ancient path, you say, no, I want to go back into the world. Because the way you dress is important. You got brothers wearing the t-shirt with the fringes and that's it. Obviously, young brothers, when they shoot, there's a time will come when they will wear. I'm talking about people, they don't wear garment when they move out. The Most I told us clearly, I believe in Exodus 28, if I'm not mistaken, I need to check that again, what a priest do should be wearing your ephod, man.
You got certain brothers that preach with their hoodie on.
With their hoodie on.
That's crazy.
That is not biblical, man. Stop preaching with your hoodie on. Stop preaching with a snapback on. It's you're releasing demonic energies, man. You're blocking the flow. And also, when you put that, because see, you have to understand the reason why the priests, even when they had those mitra, hey, how you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
How's everything?
How are you?
I'm good, man. Give me a second. You're right.
He's a lovely man.
Right, man, we can't have brothers out here. We can't have brothers out here preaching with their hoodies on.
He's a really, really nice guy.
Let me get that priest out real
seriously.
quick as well.
How are you? Oh, it's so nice to see you.
Long time
It
no
really
see.
is. It really is.
Have you been to the hospital?
I'm not crying.
I know. Carry on, Mala, carry on. Have you been to the hospital?
Yeah, I've been for a couple of scans on my hand.
This is 1 Corinthians 11:4. Every man praying or prophesying having his head covered dishonoureth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoureth her head. For that is even all one as if he were shaven. But if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of Yahweh, but the woman is the glory of the man. For the man is not the woman, but the woman of the man. Now was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So,
That's right, break it down. That's very important too, man.
I don't understand how brothers are trying to twist their way. How are brothers trying to twist their way around these scriptures? It doesn't really make sense.
Right.
Like these scriptures are plain inside. So how are brothers trying to twist these scriptures just to say that they can preach with their head covered? It's not even that serious.
It's not even, and also, when you put that, you're blocking, but like I was saying, you see the mixture that they have, if you notice, when they put the mixture, they make sure that the temple, that one is open. You know why? Because symbolically, this is when the wisdom comes, it comes here. It comes like that. It goes up and it comes here in your temple like that. That's how it drop in like that. So if you cover it, you're blocking the wisdom. So let me tell you some spiritually, when I see brother pull his strap back and put the hoodie on, it means that their wisdom is being blocked. Yes, and next thing you know, what happened? Lack of understanding, they come with a new doctrine. It's simple to understand certain things, man. That's why you gotta be spiritual, man.
You get brothers that say, oh, but you don't find, this is what Paul said, you don't find this in the law.
Right.
I mean, come on, man.
You find it in the law because these guys are jokers. When you read how the kings, the priest, all right? I don't have it here because I'm gonna have to go in my notes. I don't have it. You know, I don't want to go out, but that's just like, you know. But we might talk about that. We might talk about that, you know, next week about certain things just to bring it in so you can understand. But I'll just put it in and I'll make sure of that. Okay? But when you read the Bible, it tells you the priest, they put the mitre around. The mitre is like the band, you know, like the head wrap that the priest, you know, used to have. It's like they used to have mine, but it's bigger, it's more longer. You know, they have a way of doing it. But when they do it, the dome, see, this one is always open as a symbolic of receiving the oil, receiving the message through here. Yes, that's the dome. That's very important, that part. So in the Old Testament, it speaks of that. That's why the priests are not able to cover their head like that. The only time, you know, King David covered his head because he was in despair. He was lamenting, so he put the sackcloth on his head while praying. But that's because he was lamenting. He wasn't prophesying, he was lamenting. You know, although when you pray, you shouldn't put the. I'm not saying that, but that was like a special case. Okay, the brother can take that as well against you. But there's a lot of loophole in the shoe. Brother, if you know verse, they will use that against you, and if you don't know, they will confound you in lies. Okay. So what were we talking about? We were talking about something. Oh yeah, we were saying yes. The reason why is because of the stronghold. Yeah? When people start wearing snapback and all of that, it's because of the stronghold that they weren't able to get rid of. Okay? That's the fact, man. So be careful because that will remove the spirit from you. Because it's given to you. Go to James 3, 13, 16. James 3, 13 and 16. You know?
I don't get why would a brother even wanna preach with their head covered? It doesn't really make sense to me.
You know why?
Because when you're about to do a crime, what do? Cover your head. You get what I mean? So it's
that's powerful.
Yeah,
you show that they're dodgy, man. You show that they're dodgy group of people, man, a group of dodgy people, man. And also they want to please the women. They want, if you see the way Sakari, I say the name, man. Okay, the way Sakari dressing down. Even the certain group as well. I'm not gonna say the name, but when they dress, yeah. If you look at them, they look like young guys. The worldly people. The vibe on that, the energy on that is worldly, but the difference, they know the Bible. They preach the word and the Israelite. But it's more than preaching the word, and it's more than knowing precept. It's how you live it, man. Brother should see you and you should see that, oh, this guy is different. Do you get what I'm saying? You should see the difference, man. But you look somebody, it comes and you're like, yo, I don't know if it's basically I call it an American Hebrew Israelite, man. They want to be American or they want to be British, you know.
Whether it's UK or American.
America, but there's some as well in the UK, so it's the same thing. They don't wear. See, this one represent a lamentation. Don't play. The eagle represents a lamentation, man. That's what sets us apart, and that's why I love Vienna, because Vienna remind me of the old, the old vibration. You know, you shouldn't be too flashy with that either. You got a group out there wearing like they're celebrating like when Yahweh is coming back in 1 hour. No, that represents your lamentation. You shouldn't be too flashy with that either. Be simple. Okay, there you go, James. You read it.
So you said we should go into Asia rather and go back rather than forwards, or what?
No. So
Forward
what
or
it is,
back?
forward, what is forward to? That's what I'm asking.
Like soon the future.
What is the future?
Like just like working towards the future.
Yeah, but when you ask me that question, like going back, okay, how would it happen?
Like going back to the old school ways.
No, not the old school way as far as like the word, but the old school way as far as the spirit.
Spirit, okay.
The ancient vibration. Because the reason why we like that, because of captivity. This is not normal. This is not a normal setting for us. Esau made it normal because we don't know who we are. Now that we know who we are, we have to go back to it. But this is where this is what we are. Dressing a certain way, keeping it big, not trying to like, I like the way you trimmed it. Okay, yes boss. You trimmed it, but you didn't line it up. You see what I'm saying? That's going back to the ancient. Do you understand that?
This is James 3 and 15. 15 and
13.
This is James 3 and 13. Who is as a wise man and endued of knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his
Right.
works with meekness of wisdom.
Right.
But if you have bitter envy and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth. The wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. For where envy and strife is, there is also confusion and every evil work.
Right.
But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy.
Right.
And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace.
That's right. Because this gospel is a gospel of peace, man. It brings peace to your spirit to know who you are and to know where you're going, to know the beginning and the end, man. So when you practice this truth, okay, you gotta do it in meekness, you gotta do it in truth and humility, and you gotta do it in peace, man. You can't be always tearing up stuff and wrong brother, always trying to be a demon in Israel, always bringing some out of order doctrine. You can't be doing that, man. You can't be envying. A lot of these brothers are envying the world. They want to be like the worldly people. So they bring elements of the worldly, into the truth. So they wear snapbacks and they want to dress like they're all fly, MC Fly and that. Okay? Alright, so I say the old bitter Negro spirit is not conducive to unhealthy growth in this truth. So everything that the Bible talks about the envious spirit is of the world. That comes with the old man. But you're supposed to you're supposed to be getting rid of the old man. But that's the object.
It's not easy though, man. It's strong in the flesh.
That's why you have to be strong. And this truth allows you to be strong. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because when you say it's not easy, what you do is like you allow your flesh now to be no, to be
Basically allowing your flesh to win.
to win and to be partial and to be there's this term that I'm looking for, man. To accept things.
Yeah.
You know, to accept, say, oh, you know what, it's not easy, we don't sin, you know. You know what?
You got to put out the fight, bro.
I can't take it, I need to masturbate and Yahweh have mercy on me. Pa, 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 pa. Oh man. You know what I mean? Oh, like, whatever it is, man. I don't care. A married woman, she with her husband. She says she want to pop you. She like, look at her behind me.
Next level stuff.
I'm not perfect down here.
No, you should fight it.
That's what no? So fight, it's not easy. We know that, but you have to fight. And your hardness as a good soldier. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't get yourself entangled with the affairs of the world, man. You know, it's very important. Wisdom of Solomon 6. You know, and 23. Goes into the same thing. You know?
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 23. Neither will I go with consuming envy, for such a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom.
Right. Okay? So if you're envious, and in that term, when I say envious, I mean envious, you know, as far as concerning the world, basically you envy the world. You know? Hey, you ain't gonna have that wisdom, man. You're gonna be doing silly stuff that we see in Israel today. You know? You got a lot of brothers saying that, you know, Yahweh didn't, you know, do miracle. You know, a lot of people say that, oh, there's no such thing as chariot. You know? So many things. So many doctrine out here, man. I feel sorry for the young brothers in the truth, or the brother that's out there trying to find the truth. Imagine if you buckle to certain you know, some brothers they don't even put the name, the vibration, the name. How you know all these breakdown? You say you're an Israelite, you wear the garment, you go and preach, but you don't push the name of the very God that took us out of this, the very God that gave us this truth. You don't say the name. Come on, man. The very God that gave you this truth, His Son gave you this truth, He allowed you to know that you're an Israelite, and you don't push the name. Come on. Why? Because you let the stronghold take control of your life, man. Okay, you read that part. Okay, let's go down to James 4 and 7. Operation resist the devil, man. Okay.
James 4 and 7. Submit yourselves therefore to Yahweh, resist the devil.
That's for you. Resist
and he
the
will
devil.
flee from you.
Submit yourself. How do you submit yourself to Yahweh? Coming on time, Ken. Reading your Bible. You know, praying, staying in the Spirit. You know, and the Most High will help you fight those devils.
Rewind that. Let me hear that again.
James 4 and 7. Submit yourselves therefore to Yahweh, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw nigh to Yahweh, and he will draw nigh to you.
Right. Draw nigh to Yahweh. How do you draw nigh to Yahweh? By rehearsing the righteous act and also showing to him that you're serious, man. You know? Showing to him that you're serious. When you want to make money, you're always at work, isn't it? Or you do a business and you're always fighting to make money. You're consistent. You go here, there, to learn how to make, you know, how to conduct business, and you make money out of it at some point. But you show commitment. The only way to make some sort of money is to what? Show commitment, right? So if you say join nigh tonight to Yahweh is to show commitment to Yahweh. Okay? Show commitment to this truth. Alright? Now, the stronghold of bad eating habits. Or how do I say? The stronghold of eating bad habits. No, the stronghold
Bad
of
eating.
bad eating habits. Yeah. So let's read now. I said we are under a heavy curse, so we should bear that in mind. Deuteronomy 28, 22, and then 27. Because it's very important, and that's one of the key as well. Because the most I talked about, we're gonna read it in a minute anyway. Read it.
So Deuteronomy 28 and 22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever,
Right.
and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning.
And a lot of sickness, cancer, all of these sickness are based on it's inflammation based. That's why it's good to really eat the how do you call it, the ginger, man. Ginger is for you have to eat ginger. You have to have that ginger because it goes against inflammation. Very good against inflammation. You know, so we should learn. And you're gonna talk about that in a minute. You should learn that your diet is very because when then I have to read the 27, read 27. Oh, you haven't finished, have you? You haven't finished. Finish the 22 and then go to 27. You know?
And with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
Right, carry on.
Verse 27. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods,
Right.
and with the scab,
Right.
and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed.
Right, so that's the sickness that we're going through. Just catching high blood pressure, you know, even high blood pressure, what is it? What else?
The heart disease,
Heart disease, cancer,
Diabetes.
diabetes, all of these things is because of parasite and all of those things in your body because of a lot of sugar consumption. You know, you eating all those processed food, processed meat. You're supposed to be eating a lot of plant-based food. Eat a lot
greens.
of greens, man. Vegetables. But carry on, talk about it.
You need the spinach, green beans, kale, green leaves, so on and so forth. This is something that you need to be included in your diets every single day. Because all these consumptions of these cookies and these biscuits and these cakes and all these different pizzas and these burgers and these fried foods, they're killing us.
They're killing us, man.
Well, I
That
mean,
is one of the
they're killing
biggest strongholds because real quickly before you carry on talking about it, read quickly on 1 Corinthians 6 and 5, the 15 till I come. 1 Corinthians 6 and 15.
Nah, you're lady.
So it's 1 Corinthians 6 and 15. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Yahweh Shai?
Right.
Shall I then take the members of Yahweh Shai and make them the members of an harlot?
Right.
Yahweh
this-
forbid.
Right. So this is the temple, man. This is the temple. So you have to treat it properly. You have to what you put in the temple is very important, man. We are war. We have to be soldiers. So you have to eat properly to be strong. To fight against those, they're killing themselves with the food, with the water, with the juice, and a lot of sugar. Not even me, I stopped the yayan, I stopped the alcohol. Why? Because it's a lot of sugar, man. Sugary, these GMOs, you know, alcohol and wine. They give you sugar, it's not good for your health, man. Too much sugar is not good for your health, man. So you have to cut all of that, you have to eat proper. A lot of greens, a lot of fruit. You know, don't eat processed meat. Don't even eat meat sometimes. Just eat fish if you can. Or if you can't eat, some people just are vegetarian. Just be vegetarian. Or eat some fish. Now, when it comes to certain, to all the feasts, you have to eat meat or fish. You know, only in Passover you have to eat your lamb. But you can eat fish like Pentecost or whatever. But you gotta have a lot of veg, man. A lot of fruit. You know?
Because what all this processed food does, it makes your body numb.
Right.
So the more you're consuming these processed foods, you're not really feeling the effects of what these foods are actually doing to you because you're not sensitive. It numbs you. And once you wean yourself off these processed foods and you start eating them, and so if, for example, if you wean yourself off these processed foods for about 1 to 2 months and you start eating these processed foods again, what's going to happen? Now you're going to feel sensitive to these processed foods. You're going to start enjoying headaches. You're going to start getting mucus in your throat. That's what happens
Right.
because you're more sensitive to these different chemicals that they put in the foods. Because you're so numb, you've been eating this all your life, you don't actually know the effects of what it does to your body.
Right. Okay, and that's a slow killer, man. Because you have to learn to know your body, know what's good for you. No, me personally, I found out that alcohol is not good for me. And eating food, and like for example, if you want to eat like the snack, or all of those things, those chocolate bars and all of those things, just have some fruit. If you want to eat sugar, get some banana, get some oranges, get some pears, whatever you have, get some melon, whatever. Just eat fruit, man.
I believe that fruit is the natural sweets.
Right.
You know
That's what it is, man.
Natural sweets.
That's why I say that instead of wanting to eat biscuit and that, you're gonna have to eat, that. That's how it is, man. You know?
So some of these foods some of these foods have spirits attached to them.
They have, man. Hey, the leaven has it's a microscopic demon. Leaven is microscopic demon, man. Leaven. That's what I mean. I don't flour. If I want to do something, I don't use the normal that we use during the Passover. So I use them. When I fry fish, I make sure that I have like the flour, the normal flour, not the self-raised. The self-raised is the killer, man.
Right. What these foods does as well, it makes you lackadaisical and lazy.
Right, lazy.
Lethargic. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes you lethargic.
And if you feel like a crack,
Yeah, when you start weaning yourself off these foods, you feel more energetic, you feel more flexible,
Right.
you get a natural glow on your face.
you know what I'm saying? Eat a lot of fruit in the morning. That's very good. Drink a lot of herbs, man. Get a lot of herbs, do a lot of smoothies and a lot of juicing. Especially the green. Always mix the green with the fruit, man. Celery is very good. Celery, the other one, kale. Kale you have to like blend it or something like that. No, blend it. Blend kale as well. Blend kale with like cashew. The herbs, man, makes you strong. When I was going through my situation and that, I was like, wow, am I gonna die? I thought about death, man. This is serious, bro. And brother told me, yo, diet, man, get your diet. When I go on my diet, man, I started to have energy. It's not rocket science, it's real, but that's the body. This place is not our rest, man. The food that they're selling us they're not good food. So you have to find way to give you. You have to find way to medicate yourself with the food that you're eating and the herb that the herbs. There's a lot of herb and the Jamaican got it. Some of the African got it. But right now, I go to Jamaican because I don't know the African. I don't know much that do it right now. Unless you know certain people, it's hard. But you can go to Peckham, get Jamaican herbs. Place you can go to Brixton again.
Even a lot of the Northern Kingdom, they do with the herbs.
Yeah, as well.
You know what I mean?
Herbs is very good, man.
You can't afford to be in the mindset of saying, but the food's the fad, so it doesn't really matter anyway.
I used to say that as well, but it's not good. You can't say that, man. Because that thing destroys you, man. If you work hard, if you work at 9 to 5, you work 5, and you work hard, and you use a lot of energy, make sure you eat properly, man. Make sure you eat a lot of yam, a lot of plantain, a lot of whatever's around those things, man. How do you call it? Green banana.
Lentils, you got
the lentils,
beans, you got chickpeas, quinoa.
All those you have to use them, man. You have to eat them, man. You gotta have them in your diet, man.
Find out what's conducive to your system, because something may be healthy but it might not necessarily
good for you.
People, so just find out which foods complement you and just stick with it.
Learn to know your body, man. Can't be eating everyone that's you go at work, every time they go to McDonald's, they go to KFC, they go to this and that, they're gonna pay for that after a while. They will pay for everyone that eat this type of food. When they get older, they will pay for it, man. It will come one day like a tsunami, man. And if they're not careful, they will take them. I'm telling you. Food is key, man, in Babylon. Because in Africa, in West Africa, and in the Caribbean, it's hot, right? So when you eat certain food, you burn the fat. In this place, there's more cold than heat. You know? So how is he, even when you go to, people say, oh, okay, if I go to the gym, yeah, going to the gym is one thing, but you still gotta eat good. Because certain food, those fast food cannot be, you cannot get rid of them like that. They get stuck in your colon. Now the thing about your colon is that this is where 90% or 80% of the immune system is.
Digestive system.
The immune system.
Yeah.
It's here.
Stomach. Yeah.
So you gotta detox. A lot of time when you have like a big, because you know you don't detox. Like I take something here, I go to toilet, like bro. For the first time in a long time, I went and I could feel my body actually like breathing, like something was coming out. And there's a certain air in your body that stays with them food. And with these herbs, it goes out. It releases the air. Very important, man. You know, you got Guinea and henweed, people that deal with cancer. That's very good. You got like the sour soap. You even got like the how do you call it? The sea moss. And then people say, oh, sea moss is not big. No, you say that you shouldn't eat the fish that has no scales and things. Sea moss is not a fish. Sea moss is a plant. It's an aqua fish. It's an aqua plant. Sea moss is very good. You mix them sea moss with, you know, wherever have you like fruit or wherever you mix them with ginger, that thing got you right. It lowers your blood pressure and everything. You level it.
I'm even going to read what Sir Benjamin Herbalist, this is what he said, right? The question, a client come to me with sickness, I look at the client's tongue, eyes, plus look at different pulse rate, so on and so forth. Do you drink coffee? Do you drink soda pops? Do you eat fried or greasy foods? If yes, how often? Do you drink lots of water? If yes, how many glasses per day? In 7 days, how many days do you have a bowel movement? If it's 3 times per week, you're in trouble. Do you eat at night? If so, what is the last time of the meal and what is the meal consist of? Do you eat and drink at the same time? Do you eat and lay down? Do you eat when you're angry? Do you eat when you eat and talk? And lastly, does your stool... But yeah, this is all questions we need to ask ourselves. These are all things. Yeah, these are all
things. You can send it to you. Photoshop is sending it on the group.
Right. These are all things we need to ponder on.
Right.
But these are things that we don't necessarily think about.
Right.
Right? Because in Esau's school system, it doesn't teach us this. It teaches us about, you know, drinking dairy and these things. Dairy's not good for you.
Dairy's not. I don't drink milk anymore.
Right. Why do you always get that cashew milk?
Yes, I know. Yeah. I don't drink milk anymore.
Right. That's what. But Esau teaches us these things to drink dairy.
Bread that we eat too as well.
Huh?
Bread that we eat.
The bread.
I don't eat bread anymore. I'm gonna eat like the brown bread, but it's the same rubbish.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
You know the bread I get? Genius, man. Yeah, that's the bread I tried to get.
You know, you tried it. I can see the shift. Keep going.
Teaches us to eat Cheerios and, you know, all these different cereals that are packed with chemicals. There's no nutritional value.
Yeah, we should tell our children not to eat. We should find another way to make them eat something, maybe porridge, like oatmeal, oatmeal, you know, all of these things, man. That's what we need, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we need for our children. And some of them, I think I know with us, and their mom are so demonic. If you tell them about something, I remember one day I went to her, so I made some cornmeal porridge. And she was complaining of the fact that I mixed, you know, the coconut milk with I put a bit of like the concentrate milk. And she was complaining. I looked at her, I was like, you're such a bitch, man. You're a demon, bro. You're a demon. You know, because for our children, a lot of the food that they eat, it goes into the brain. And it's important to make sure that you feed them. That's good for the country. At that point, their brain is developing, their learning ability, all of that is based on the food they eat as well. You know? But they don't even know nothing.
A lot of women ain't even breastfeeding their children.
They don't. They don't. You gotta breastfeed your baby, man.
But some of these milk formulas that these women feed their children, it manipulates the children's hormones.
Right.
And it puts a more feminine spirit on them.
Right.
But there's a lot of soy in these things.
There's a lot of there's another thing, estrogen.
There's a lot of estrogen. Like studies have showed that these estrogen-filled substances increase the homosexuality rate.
Of course. This guy is a mad scientist, man. And these artists deep. He search out things, man. And he experiment them. They got something called think tank. Where they sit there and they think about how to come up with things and that for the better society. No, for the worsening of society. So you lot ain't spiritual, man.
They show us these things in cartoons like Simpsons.
Right.
So they show us these things.
Okay. Now we're gonna go to read Leviticus 10 for the brother that smokes. And the brother that's struggling with smoking, they ain't the truth. You know, you better be careful with this smoke, man, because the body is, like they say, it's a member of Yahweh. Your body is the temple of Yahweh. So you better be careful. I'm talking about the sisters and the brothers that are struggling with smoking. But that's for you. Read that. From 1 and 2.
Leviticus 10 and 1, and Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer, and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. And there went out a fire from Yahweh, and devoured them, and they died before Yahweh.
Right, so we can use that as an analogy on the spiritual side of things, and think about your body as being a temple. So this brother went and put strange fire in the temple. Now, when you are ready, I say concerning brothers and sisters who smoke in this truth, your lungs constitute one of the key components of the altar in your body. Okay, because you put the incense on the altar, right? So your lungs, that's why you breathe the air. When you read the Bible, what does air represent? What does the breath represent? The spirit, the law, the commandments. Okay? So your lung is very important when you come in this truth. Since your body is a member of Yahweh and your body is also the temple of Yahweh. So that means every time you smoke weed, or first of all, cannabis not to be smoking. You stop smoking. When you smoke cannabis, you change the name for that. Become toxic basically. You can drink it as tea or whatever on a certain dosage, if you dose it properly, or you can't smoke it. Cigarette as well, because basically what happens is that you put in a strange fire on the altar of your temple. Just breathing Yahweh. So a lot of people will drop dead, man, when the time comes. If you keep on smoking, you don't stop these things, man. That's that gentle mind, Gentiles, like a Gentile mind set, man. The smoking in the world, people smoke to deal with stress. You're in this truth, what do you need to smoke for? You don't need to smoke, you're in this truth. People smoke because they want to deal with a certain stress. They don't know how to, this is how they release. By poisoning themselves. You're in this truth and you do the same thing. You're thinking backward, man. Okay?
Right, because when you're getting high, that's that's essentially taking you into a different dimension.
Right.
And when certain people say they smoke weed and they start getting paranoid.
Right. I was one of them. I smoked weed, I started to see everything. I was paranoid, man. Makes me paranoid.
So if this substance makes you paranoid, then why would you even go near it?
But you say something that's powerful. You say it takes you into another dimension. You have to understand. Now you have to ask yourself, what is in that dimension? Is there a spirit that controls you now? Have you opened a portal into your mind where the spirit can now control you?
That's what it does.
Exactly, because you put demon in yourself when you smoke weed.
Right.
When you smoke cigarette, you open a portal and you put the nicotine, create dopamine. Those dopamine are spirit entities that influences you. Because Esau like to, name things, but he doesn't like to give the real spiritual meaning to things. Even when he knows it, he doesn't tell you that. He will say dopamine. But what is it that makes you want to go there? That's addiction, right? Addiction deals with demons. You're under a mind control. And those demons are the ones that control your mind. That's why you can't get off certain things. Those are strongholds, man. So we have to really learn this truth and grow with it, man, so we can be free. It's gonna be hard, but we got to do it because we're warriors, man. Okay? So with that, hopefully, you were, edified. Okay? And we're gonna keep on growing by the will of Yahweh Tazah. We're gonna be here again next week, Yahweh Tazah. We're gonna do the work, and we're gonna pray the Most High give us health, strength, wisdom. We're gonna pray that He give us the meat to change our diet so we can be more healthy, the meat to do more exercise, the liberty to flow in this truth, man. But the Most High, brought us into liberty, not for us to go back into captivity. So we have to move forward, man. Okay? So when you were asking what's the difference between going backward and forward is to try to be spiritual. And going back to the old school ways is to try to bring that old vibration, which will help. But the Bible do tell us to come out of it, which is Babylon. So with that, we'll turn to the east and we'll give all praise. Death to Babylon. Shalom.